Hello, so nice to meet you at this daily motivational meeting, reading quotes from world scriptures to empower with positive vibe for the day. These quotes inspire so many people and will give you a great inspiration and motivation. So we read the book from the beginning. Please find the other chapters on our Message to Billions channel, and he is today quotes about breaking the chain of the merit. The wise priest knows he how must reap the fruits of deeds of former birth. For be they many or but few, deeds done in covetousness or hate, or through infatuation power, must bear the needful consequences. Hence, not to covetousness, nor hate, nor to infatuation power, the wise priest yield but knowledge seek, and leaves the way to punishment. If it be that good men and good women are downtrodden, their evil destiny is the inevitable retributive result of sin committed in their past mortal lives. By virtue of their present misfortunes, the react effect of their past will be thereby worked out, and they will be in a position to attain the consummation of incomparable enlightenment. My father was a merchant in Ujjaini, and I was his only daughter, dear, charming, and beloved. Then a wealthy merchant from Secata sent men to woo me. To him my father gave me as a daughter-in-law. I myself adorned my lord like a servant girl. I myself prepared the rice cradle. I myself washed the bowl as a mother of her only son. So I looked after my husband. Yet my husband was offended by me, who in this way had shown him devotion. An affectionate servant with humble pride and early rises, not lazy, virtuous, he said to his parents, I shall not be able to live together with Isidasi in one house. She does me no harm, but to me she is odious. I have had enough. I am leaving her. Hearing this utterance, my father-in-law and my mother asked me, what offense has been committed by you? And speak confidently how it really was. I have not offended at all. I have not harmed. I have not said any evil utterance. What can be done when my husband hates me? I said, the downcast, overcome by pain, they led me back to my father's house, saying, while keeping out some safe, we have lost the goodness of beauty incarnate. Then my father gave me to the household of a second rich man for help the bride price for which the merchant had taken me. And his house too I lived a month. Then he too rejected me, although I served him like a slave girl virtuously. Then my father spoke to one wandering for alms, a tamer, O father, and self-tamer. Be my son-in-law, throw down your clothes and pot. He too having lived with me for a fortnight, returned me to my father. I begged my father, evil indeed was the action done by me, the karma leading to my misfortune. I shall destroy it. Then my father said, attain enlightenment and the foremost doctrine, and obtain quenching with the best of men have realized. Saluting my parents and the relatives, I went forth as a nun. In 7 days, I attained the knowledge. I know how my own last seven built. I shall relate to you the action of which this misfortune is the fruit and result. Listen to it attentively. In the city of Yaracacha, I was a wealthy goldsmith, intoxicated by pride in my youth. I had sexual intercourse with another wife. Having fallen from there, I had cooked in hell. I cooked for a long time, and rising up from there, I entered the womb of a female monkey, a great monkey leader of the herald, castrated me when I was 7 days old. This was the fruit of the action of having seduced another wife. I died in the Sindhava forest and entered the womb of a one-eyed lame she-goat. As a goat, I was castrated, worm-eaten, tailless, unfit because of having seduced another wife. Next, I was born of a cow belonging to a cattle dealer, a black red calf. I was castrated after 12 months and drew the plough, pulled the cart, and became blind, tailless, unfit because of having seduced another wife. Then I was born of a household slave in the street, neither a woman or man, because of having seduced another wife. In my 13th year, I died. I was born as a girl in a carter's family, which was poor and much in debt. To satisfy the creditors, I was sold to a caravan leader and dragged off wailing from my home. Then, in my 16th year, when I had arrived at the marriageable age, his son Giridasa by name took me as a wife, but he had another wife, virtuous and possessed of good qualities, who was affectionate towards her husband, and with her I stirred up enmity. These my misfortunes were fruit of that last action that man rejected me, through I served like a slave girl. Given of that I had now made an end. If you have fulfilled the command, do not seek its reward from God straightway, lest you not be acquitted of sin, but be regarded as wicked because you have not thought to cause your children to inherit anything. For if Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob had sought the reward of the good deed which they performed, how could the seed of this righteous man, Israel, have been delivered? Further, let's read quotes from Second Coming Messiah, Reverend Samuel Moon. For thousands of years, our ancestors have been building up walls of sorrow, and as the days go by, these walls are not getting lower. Rather, through his many deceptions, Satan has been raising the walls higher. Today, all the people of the world have the responsibility to take down the walls of godless and resentments the ancestors build up. We take this on as our responsibility. Original sin, personal sin, collective sin, and hereditary sin inherited from our ancestral line. We should cleanse all sin before we pass on the spirit world. It doesn't matter that you have become a follower of a Lord, and indemnity course remains for each individual. No one of you has the same course. Some suffer a great deal, some even die on the way, while others have an easiest time. Why? Everyone's indemnity course differs. Although we may practice the same standard of faith, our paths are not the same because the amount of indemnity to be paid varies. We are burdened with the sins inherited from our ancestors, even though we personally did not commit them, and we are also responsible for collective sins that we committed by the nation or people we belong to. In a word, being a fallen person means being the result of 6,000 years of our fallen human history, a mixture of good and evil. We inherited good and evil characteristics from our ancestors, but since they lived in the world where there was more evil than good, we mostly inherited evil. It is not surprise that we end up adding to that evil, trapping in a vicious cycle. And there is a story behind the evil sin, every sin, and someone was it caused. Maybe an ancestor of yours, while living on earth, gave much difficulty and pain to someone, and that person died carrying resentment. Now this resentful spirit comes down to you, a descendant of that ancestors, to get revenge. He could have gone to any of a number of descendants, but they relied on you. He influenced you, driving you to the edge until you commit the sin. Resentful spirit can also afflict you with sickness and pain. All modern diseases have spiritual causes connected to the sins of ancestors. By looking at the sickness and difficulties of descendants, we can infer about the life of their ancestors. If the ancestors stole from others or misused public things or money, their descendants may suffer from stomach problems. If they commit sins of lust and fornication, their descendants may suffer from genital diseases, or be abide to bear children, or have difficulty being faithful, or get divorced. Ancestors who did not see things about others correctly and hurt them, or who misjudged others based on the bad rumors and violated their hearts, will have descendants born blind, mute, or deaf. In other words, according to the way the path was given to a certain part of the body, the descendants suffer with the same kind of troubles. The heavier the ancestor's sin, the more difficult it is to heal the result of sickness. It may even be incurable. If people on the earth did not clear up these sins through paying the required indemnity, their suffering is passed down to their children. Later, when those people came to the spirit world and watched their children suffer, they regret that they did not clear these things up for them. They lament, if only I had borne my suffering on earth, my children would not need to suffer now. Therefore, unless you clear up all the sins passed down from your ancestors, as well as your personal sins, your children cannot escape from sickness and pain. Your ancestors committed a great many sins. On top of it, how much more sin did you commit? If you truly knew the weight of it all, you would despair. Surely you should do your best to indemnify those sins and leave a clean slate to you for your descendants. If you cannot cleanse them completely, you should be willing to devote your life as a sacrificial offering. For example, you might marry an ugly woman and determine to make your life together with her better than the most handsome couple in the world. The altar of sorrow continued for 6,000 years or more are due to the mistake of our ancestors. But we fear they might leave that sorrow to our descendants by once again not fulfilling our responsibility today. Today we learn that we are responsible to stop the history of misfortune in this generation and to dissolve the grief in heaven's heart unto joy. Yes, so let's dissolve the grief in heaven's heart unto joy. Today and every day, clean up these sins with gratitude and to not pass to further generation this misfortune, but only blessings. Contact me for consulting or cooperation or to become a member of Heavenly Parents Holy Community globally, and wish you a great blessed day. Comment this video what you think about how this helped you, these quotes, and also share this video as we end this billion happy life subscribers marathon. Wish you all the best. Bye bye.